tuned into Grammy Pro Buzzin, and this is the Grammy Week edition. I'm your host, DJ Moonbaby, and we're here in LA at the DTS space, and I'm here with Grammy-nominated artist, BJ the Chicago Kid.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, I'm happy to be here.
Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you got this new album dropping.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
In My Mind.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them about it.
You letting us in.
That's what it is. Yeah, I'm super excited about the album. I worked on it my whole life, but I did it in 30 days. I pretty much helped everybody else with their albums, their tours and singles or whatever the case may have you before my time at Motown, but I finally got a chance to get everybody that I admired and that I wanted to get in the same room at the same time to do it. I got that payback finally, you know, and it feels amazing to have that, and the results of that, you know, musically is amazing, so I just can't wait for you guys to hear it.
It's finally your time.
Man, I'm happy.
So you're on Motown, congratulations. That's a legendary label.
Thank you.
In this particular project, you finally get to step out of the background.
Yeah.
So this album, you worked with who?
I work with my crew a lot. The same guys I work with all the time. I work with Jairus Mosey, Dede Haddon, Eric Ingram, who else? Tubbs, Young, Mike and Keys. A little bit of everybody came through the studio, but the same collective guys kind of just came together and did what we did to make this happen. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't necessarily feel like I had to work with a bunch of new people. I just feel like we all needed to understand that we made the basketball team a long time ago.
Right.
Now we're just really trying to win a championship, you know? It's a different approach, it's a different mind state, it's a different confidence that you have. And it was a reminder, so anybody that came in that building, whether you was a singer, a producer, just a person to play instruments, whatever, regardless of what you did, like you understood we were really reaching beyond the stars, and I'm excited and I'm happy with what we got. You know?
So you have a relationship with TDE, which is Kendrick Lamar's camp, who's 11 nominations in this year.
Yeah, I got 2. And 11, but it's 2. It's good. I'm
and
happy
you
with it.
have a new song with Kendrick on the album. Tell us about it.
It's a song titled "The New Cupid." It's produced by Raphael Sadiq, featuring Kendrick Lamar. And I said this in quite a few interviews when they asked me how did I feel about love. I definitely believe in love. I'm happy for those that have love, but I think Cupid isn't popular for that these days. He's more or less in the club, you know, at the bar, rolling up, you know, trying to pour him some cognac.
He's shooting
like
a different arrow?
Yeah, he's shooting a different kind of arrow. So I said it so much naturally, I just had to put it in song, and it just so happened to fit with, you know, the mode we were in at the point, and you know, just trying to get things together. And we ended up calling Kendrick and getting it together, and you know, giving you guys something that we feel like will last a lifetime.
And you guys go back because, I mean, you were on his projects before he was even signed.
Absolutely. Me and the whole TDE camp go back. You know, we go back from Day Free to Top to Punch. You know, just even the guys, you know, that really don't even mess with the microphone. I really began to build a relationship with them back when, you know, J-Rock was the first and head front, you know, artist of the movement at that time. And just to see their growth and everything, it's amazing. It's inspiring for me, it's motivating for me. The fact that I can still get my verses sent back in a timely manner is still, you know, respectable, and I appreciate it, you know. But it's fam, man. They always have been fam and always treated me like fam, and, you know, I feel like, you know, that'll never die.
And you were nominated with Schoolboy Q last year, featuring for Studio.
Yeah.
And that was a banger.
Yeah. That was my first time to the Grammys as, you know, just actually being nominated. And it was a huge blessing, a beautiful opportunity, a beautiful experience. And, you know, I just can't wait to continue to make sure I'm there every chance I can.
And you and I have something in common, which we're going to date ourselves.
Talk to me.
But we both were at the Rhythm Nation Janet Jackson concert.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I heard that was influential in you going into artistry as a musician.
It's crazy you say that. My dad, he was fortunate enough to be a big bouncer. He's this big guy, you know, so he did a lot of events like the Bulls rallies. When we win the championship, he would make sure the players were cool, walk them to the stage, and make sure they go walk them back to the bus. Eddie Murphy, Robin Harris, rest in peace. A lot of, you know, incredible people that have just entertained us for years. He had a chance to, you know, work with them. So the Black Cat Tour came to Chicago, and I was so young to even know the excitement of what was going on until I got there. But when I got there, what I saw was life-changing. I could always sing, I was always into music, but to see an actual real professional show at the highest peak at that time, and to see like Panthers on stage, and just to see the all out that you can go to make you know, a show so incredible, and to make people just have a lifelong experience. I feel like, you know, it definitely hooked me. It was a bug that bit me for sure.
And you recently did a mix EP for D'Angelo. You dedicated a tribute to him.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of D'Angelo. Nominated Album of the Year this year, and R&B album.
Awesome.
And wishing he was performing. Fingers crossed, there's
Yeah.
still time. But you did this mix as a tribute to him. You're a
Absolutely.
huge influence in your life.
Big, huge, major. I believe in giving people their flowers while they're living, you know? And I believe in just doing just enough, you know? You don't have to overdo it for people to know that you respect him and that you pay homage to what he's doing and what he is continuing to do. Simple as that. We just want to pay tribute in 3 songs in a simple way. And I listened to his music so much, it made it easier for me to understand how he do what he do, for me to kind of own it in my way, more or less than try to do exactly what he did. So I'm happy he heard it,
He did
retweeted
hear
it,
it.
and the whole 9. Like, that was
Okay.
big for me alone, you know. So it was a blessing. I'm happy that he got his flowers.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
that he
big.
heard it and acknowledged it and
Yeah.
supported it.
To our world, he's big. Honestly, as a musician first, I feel like we're surprised that the world gets it the way they do, because we feel like he's speaking to us. I feel like some artists are for us. Brandy, for example, I feel like she's a genius at what she does. We all understand who her influences are, but she made a style that was so prominent and so strong that it made a lot of singers, you know, cater to that style a lot. And I feel like, you know, we just got to give people their flowers, give them their respect. But I feel like what she did is so popular in our world. Like, she's celebrated and glorified because of her sound and what her capabilities, just her talent alone. And I feel like some people are here for us as musicians, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, jazz was here for musicians in the past, and like, it's still here now, but like, it's still people that feed us. And we celebrate them, man. And I just want to do it publicly. Besides just in the car or at home or on my laptop or on my phone, I wanted to like let it be known.
Secretly listen
Yeah,
to
yeah.
who you
I
love.
believe in that, paying homage. Yeah.
So if there was anyone you could work with at this point, back in time, that's not with us anymore, who would that be? Because I know you're a huge fan of Marvin, just
Yeah.
like I am.
So okay, since you say Marvin, I already know I don't have to say that one. I would say, I would love to work with Sam Cooke for sure. I would love to work with Isaac Hayes. I would definitely love to work with Miss Whitney Houston. She's like the vocal queen. Being raised in church and understanding how it is to have that balance. Like, vocally, I understand her so much. I understand a lot of vocalists that have that same background, but it's not afraid to, you know, express it in their music. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
what the whole thing is. That's what life is about. You have the knowledge, but expressing it is, you know, where you shine. So I feel like, you know, that's enough to name for sure. But for sure, Marvin, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So you straddle the fence because the Bible is important to you in your life and musically growing up. And I think it's a fine line, obviously, because either you're gospel or you're R&B. You really can't be both. You know, they don't really accept you in the gospel world.
Quote unquote, yeah.
Yes, to
Quote
straddle
unquote.
that fence. But with your song Church, you know, you touch upon, you know, doing whatever you do at night and then
Yeah.
making it to church in the morning. So
Yeah.
tell us why you felt it was important to voice that side of you on that song.
Pure reality. Pure reality. Not just in the song, but just my understanding of how I grew up. Okay, you're taught a certain way, and you have no other choice, and you have no other way but to learn as a child what you're taught as a child by adults and your parents. You know what I mean? So when you get old enough to become an adult, you find out life for yourself. And I have an incredible relationship with God. I love God. God is the head of my life for sure. But I'm a young man that works in an industry that involves me to still be young and have young experiences and enjoy myself and have times where I know I chill and I kick back. And life is all about that. It's about a balance. I don't regret talking about love, sex, a woman, or anything like that. I believe when your pastor goes on a date with his wife, I don't believe he plays John P. Key. He at least plays something in the
Teddy
mode.
P.
Yeah, he music is set for different modes, and I believe that. And just saying that, I feel like it's enough. And I definitely believe there's no hell or heaven that anyone can put me in but myself and God. So that's how I live. And I sleep very well, very well. My parents sleep very well.
So when you were nominated last year and you found out, where were you? How'd you react?
Oh man, I was in the studio actually when I found out. I was working with Miss Jill Scott. Shout out to Jill Scott, man. I love Jill
Yeah,
Scott.
I love
by the
Jill
way.
too. Jill, I need you
love
in this
Jill.
chair real soon.
She's like a big sister, an aunt, a mother, a shoulder to cry on, and somebody to talk to. You know, she's everything. But I was in the studio with her at the time, and she was just like, I need to take a break. It was some crazy thing that happened. I think she had a phone call or something. And my phone that I'm ringing, it was Rex, my A&R, and he told me, he's like, congratulations. I'm like, for what? You know, it was so random, and he told me what happened. It was crazy. It just took a moment to just absorb it for a second, and we ended up getting back to work. But it was a beautiful moment. I enjoyed it. The experience was awesome. The excitement alone, the notification by, it's the highest, the highest level musically that you could be, acknowledged. So just to be acknowledged and to be honored in some way, I feel like it's lovely. So I just can't wait to see what it's like when you actually win. It's different levels, and I'm growing, man. I accept it.
Well, you were featured. Now you got your own project,
Hey,
In
hey,
My
hey.
Mind,
Yeah.
on Motown, coming out soon.
Absolutely.
And I heard it, and I'm really enjoying it.
Thank
so
you.
definitely much success with
Thank
the
you.
nomination on your own, solo.
Yeah.
And have fun this week.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely enjoy it. I hope we win. We up for 2. One with the Compton album with Dr. Dre, and another one with Kalani's project. So hopefully one we get
Well,
it.
you got a good chance then in making it happen.
Hope
So
so.
thank you so much for taking the time to
Thank
come
you.
through today and
Appreciate
come
it.
back and see us.
Anytime.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in this week. It's another edition of Grammy Pro Buzzin. I'm your host, DJ Moonbaby. This is the Grammy edition, and this is BJ, the Chicago Kid. Thanks for tuning in.